if this turns out to be a single-issue election, the Lib Dems could do very well as the representatives of the 48% who voted Remain in the referendum. I'm a Remainer who lives in a constituency where 66% voted to Remain. Until the last election, ours was a Lib Dem seat with a popular local MP in Vince Cable. It's now a Tory marginal, but I'll take a bet with any of you today that Vince Cable and the Lib Dems will win it back in June. Now, if this happens in enough seats, which the Lib Dems lost last time, Mrs May will need to win a lot of extra seats from Labour to seriously increase her majority. Now, this might sound easy for the Prime Minister, largely because Labour is in such a disastrous position. But it's still a gamble that could just backfire.
You know, what's really depressing me here, Greg, is that we're not talking about whether she can win or not. We're just talking about how seriously she can increase her majority or not. But you're right. I mean, the Lib Dems will probably make gains from this, and even the Tories' own strategists have been saying that. I'm actually seriously considering, for the first time in my life, voting Lib Dem in this election. And the reason is they are the only political party with a clear Remain identity. And for those of us who didn't feel that we could support Brexit, there's nowhere else to go. Jeremy Corbyn, on a good day, doesn't look like he remotely believes in remaining in the EU. It's completely unconvincing. The party is, as we've all established, in complete chaos. And the Lib Dems are emerging as the only party who actually stand for something when it comes to the EU. Labour are pretending it's not even about the EU. They're acting as if this is just about schools and hospitals. And I don't want to be dismissive of the other issues that people are voting for, but it's quite clear that Brexit is the issue in this election, and anyone who pretends otherwise is in a remarkable state of denial.
Well, I mean, Jeremy Corbyn, of course, we all know, really, is a Brexiteer, and always was. I mean, if you talk to any of the bastards, as John Major used to call them, you know, the people who went on and on and on about Europe to get out, they said he was always in out. He always voted with us. And then he became leader of the Labour Party, I think, much to his surprise. So I think you've got a very weird situation, but I think there does need to be... I mean, if I was running the Liberal Democrats, I would go seat by seat, looking at which ones, where there was a majority to remain. And I would split my resource and my time in there. And I think they'll pick up.
You just need to look at Richmond Park. I mean, that was an incredible victory.
Where Labour lost its deposit.
You can see that being replicated.
So just to help the viewers, of course, you're talking about the Twickenham constituency, where you say that Dr Vince Cable was a popular candidate. Yes, so popular they voted him out. Greg, well done. You certainly got that right. But masterful work by Sky News' Adam Bolton in a conversation with Vince Cable. And he had to push and push and push, but I think we need to see exactly what he managed to wring out of Vince.
If we're forced to crash out of the European Union because there's no agreement, it's absolutely vital that there is a group of people who are in there, in Parliament, making the case that this whole process is stopped.
So you will seriously be saying, stop, don't leave the European Union?
Subject to what is negotiated.
The choice then, surely, is to accept the deal or to have no deal and leave, not to try and stay.
Well, there may be other options than accepting a very bad deal or no deal, and surely there must be options under those circumstances.
The key question is whether you are seriously saying to the voters, we really could reverse that historic decision and end up staying. Are you saying that's a possibility?
That is a possibility.
So, Greg Dyke, I put it to you, you are, not just because you look like him, you are the Vince Cable of the pledge, because you do look a bit like him, and you actually want that. You want to, let's get Adam's right, reverse that historic decision. You see that as a possibility, don't you?
No, I see at the end of the day, a second referendum is a real possibility.
Yeah, which could reverse, yes.
It could reverse.
You're being semantics, which could reverse. So you do see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
but Michelle?
I think it's the wrong decision.
But a second referendum when?
No, a second referendum on the terms under which we're leaving. Yeah. That's what the Liberal Party is promising.
Sorry, everybody. Reverse that historic decision. That's nothing to do with terms. That is, we're coming out. Whoa, no, we're not. We're coming back in.
No, but if you listen to what Vince Cable said there, that's exactly what he said. Depending on what the deal is, and depending on whether it's a bad deal or no deal,
which word don't you understand? Reverse
that historic. To the people.
But, Nick, you've got to look ahead. I mean... None of us know what's going to happen in France this weekend in the election.
No.
I mean, you could well end up with the last two candidates in the French for French presidency are both people who don't actually want to be in the EU.
So that changes
everything. You change it all again. So we've got no idea what it's going to be. All I'm saying is we have some position whereby we can say, actually, these terms are terrible. This is a terrible way out of here.
And what would the option be?
I don't think if the option is
it's terrible, then what?
It's terrible. If the choice is then, no, let's stay in, or let's just walk out and see how we do, I think that's a terrible option.
But what are you saying? So what are you saying, that you want a referendum that says the deal's terrible, so let's just stay in as is? No,
what I'm saying, let's get back to what I'm saying. I'm saying that what's going to happen in this election, Mrs May has made it all about Brexit, right? She has made that, and I don't mind. I don't blame her. She's made it about a Brexit election. There are a lot of us who didn't vote for Brexit,
48%,
who will want to vote. And some of those will say, fine, look, Brexit's OK. But a lot of them will say, no, I want to vote for somebody who might change this.
Let me...
The only people who are saying that, actually, are the Lib Dems.
I've got a Sky poll, actually, up on the screen. And this is a projection based on how they think that it'll go. And interestingly enough, they only predict that Lib Dems will increase by 2 seats.
Good Lord.
So 9 is the current. So this is the current view. And if you look at the future projection, they've only got them increasing by an extra 2.
Sure. But that's because they're talking about uniform swings. And this isn't going to be an election about uniform swings.
Yeah,
but you've got to be thinking, I think, Greg's right, you've got to be thinking cable is in a good place. Ed Davey has got to be in a good place.
Yes.
And we're not even talking about the southwest of England. You know, we're staying with... You go to the southwest, which is their traditional, fertile ground, which I think, and I stand to be corrected, is all blue now. There might be one little bit of yellow.
No, I think it's all blue.
I think, to your point, Greg, you know, there are a lot of people like Afua who've supported either party all their lives who are now going to be thinking twice. You know, I've got a friend who's a lifelong Labour supporter who is seriously considering voting Lib Dem as well. And I think there are going to be a lot of Conservative parties in that.
I think there'll be some Conservative voters who are basically...
independent?
Who are,
Yeah, but what about
Why do you say that, Michelle?
Why do you say that?
Yes. It's not to do with the fact that you might just stand as an independent.
We're going to talk about that later.
It's an interesting question.
Independents never win in Britain.
But what I'm saying, but previously, what I'm saying
one or two.
Michelle.
What I'm saying is there are a lot of people out there who feel that they don't really have anyone to vote for. So, for example, if you're a Brexiteer Labour, you're going to be... What do you do? So you vote for a party that's not probably following your Brexit vision, because God only knows where they stand in terms of Brexit.
They voted for Brexit.
Yes, I know, but they don't truly think it.
Can I just stop you there? Because I tell you what you do. You run yourself. And according to the whole Mail, it looks like that's what you're going to be doing.
No, but
is there any truth to this story?
Right, I'll tell you where I see this. So this is my home seat. So it's West Hall, basically. Alan Johnson. Alan Johnson's, he's held the seat for 20 years and he's finally stepped down. It's a Brexit seat. So the way that I see this seat is, as I've said, it's my family seat, and so therefore I'm very passionate about it.
You're beginning to sound like a really old Tory having family seats.
It's a Brexit seat.
I know, most of the Tories who have family seats don't have them in Hull.
No, but it's a Brexit seat, number one. Number two, you're brought up Labour, so you feel like you should vote Labour, but Labour is in disarray. No, but it's in disarray. They're not going to get into power, so what's the point? So then you think to yourself, OK, I want Brexit, so should I go Tory? But trying to pull yourself into Tory in that seat when you're brought up Labour, it's quite a gut wrench. Then you think to yourself, you've got the Lib Dems, well, it's Brexit, so you don't want them because that's Remain. So then who's there? I think you need someone like me that's going to come along and go, do you know what?
Do it?
I'm independent, I'm pro-Brexit, I'd align with the Tories, but I like some of the social issues. Yeah, the social issues of Labour.
Are you going to do it?
I'm thinking about it. If someone wants to do it, I need some money.
Come back next week and we'll see you again.
I need a donor. If you want to donor to me,
I have a feeling we'll be hearing more about Michelle's political career. But just while we're on this topic, I mean, something we haven't talked about that I really worry about, and you tapped into it, is that voters don't really know. A lot of them just don't know
where to go,
who to vote for. And on top of that, there is this fatigue. And Sky was out speaking to some people who really kind of hit the nail on the head this week.
Can we ask you a couple of questions?
Not really, because I'm very annoyed about it. I'd like to have faith in somebody that'll take us forward. Whether it be Theresa May, I don't know.
Not another one. Everyone is in such turmoil, aren't they, in government?
We don't need one. We just don't need one. We had a mandate to let her get on with the job.
The country needs stability, not this.
I mean, another reminder that what Theresa May is saying about the election bringing unity is total rubbish, because it's the opposite. But also people are tired, and young people, I worry, won't vote. We all know that 18 to 25-year-olds, 70% supported Remain. If they'd have voted in the referendum, we might have had a different result.
Then what's...
But do you think there's anything to be gained by actually appealing to those people and actually saying, come on, let's
democracy.
Let's unite and say, because you see, they're a bit of a danger to Mrs May, because those people didn't want an election. And if you can demonstrate that this is a fairly cynical election so she can win more seats, you could lose them.
Well, they might not vote for her.
You know what's interesting? We've had all this conversation. We've obviously talked a lot about Mrs May, and we've talked a little bit about Jeremy Corbyn, and you're talking about the Lib Dems, and no one's talked about whether he's the right man at the helm of that particular party. Whether
Tim Farron.
Tim Farron, because I would suggest if it was Clegg Mark 1,
I think
Mrs May might have thought twice. Do you think that Mr Farron is that? Because I don't care whether you like it or not, personalities do play.
Yes, they do play. This election is going to be about how many seats does Labour lose, and can the Lib Dems pick up any that they lost last time? That's what this election's about. I mean, nobody sitting here seems to think that the Labour Party could win this election.
No. I don't even think the Labour Party thinks that.
Jeremy Corbyn seems to think he could win, but
no, he doesn't. No, he's talking a good game.